what you were gonna do.
Okay. Well,
So we basically just missed your numbers.
that's good. All right. Good deal. Good deal. And let me get
Hey,
back to here.
Awesome. Could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
I'm very self-critical, but I am gonna say I am fucking
You're
good at
great at this.
dragon.
Holy
Hell
cow.
yeah,
Damn.
dude.
You're good at everything, but I'm glad that this is
No,
good
she's not
enough
good at
beating.
robots. She's explicitly told me that many times.
I hate robots.
Okay, but you're good at everything you like to draw.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I felt so like immediately like, well, hold on now. Let's not go overboard here. Like she's great, but like
Hey, whoa, bring it down just a little. No.
I have to live with whatever ego you create, so
Oh god.
but yeah, so Lilia punched Trout twice, neither one hit, and now she's about to teleport inside the dragon.
Yeah, I couldn't hit it from the outside, so I guess I'm gonna go try to hit it from the inside. Make sure my friend's alive. Sounds like it though.
And it's gonna get a mouthful of rose petals when it happens.
How romantic.
Maybe it'll choke on it.
It was like
Spit us out. Spit us
ice
out.
and then radiance and then tea? Is this a tea? Some sort of herbal remedy?
Oh god.
Soothe all those internal cuts, perhaps.
Did you want to pull back up the map so we can?
Yeah, I'm going.
Sorry to stop the genius for a second. Alright, let's see. Okay, so I made 2 unarmed strikes that missed. Now I'm... Okay, do I need to roll anything to just move, or do I just move?
It is just part of your flurry of blows if you spend the key point, which you already did.
Okay, cool. And so I'm going to strike... I'm gonna get inside and I'm gonna be like, Zarkra!
Lilia, what are you doing in here?
You're in a dragon's mouth.
Now you're in a dragon's mouth.
We have to leave.
Yes.
I'm so glad you're okay. She's gonna turn around and like, okay, she's gonna go for one of the dragon's teeth, I guess. Just try to punch out one of the teeth. Let me out, let me
Excellent.
All right, roll.
Okay.
You're
Instant
inside. It's
transmissions
all
in there.
around you. You do have advantage.
Yay!
She pops in there and Zarka turns around with her beady eyes, just like covered in blood.
Oh, God.
Lilia, I can explain.
23!
That
Yeah.
will hit, yes.
All right,
Awesome.
thank God. All right. Um. So that's 7, and then gonna roll another one.
That's a weird way to do that.
Another
Calculated.
23. I got a 7 and a
Nice.
23. Okay, thank God for advantage. And
Roll that damage.
8. So 7 and 8 damage. Stuff. It's stuff.
You don't manage to dislodge one of the teeth, but he definitely has a bit of a toothache now. As you like, it's like it's not gone, but you're just like, hey, could you not?
Let
It's
us
like when
out.
you just go to the dentist and they've done that scraping thing. You're like, oh, I'm uncomfy. Stop that. No.
I was gonna say this is some odd dentistry.
Open
Punch
your
it
mouth.
in the tooth. Don't you know that's how you fix it? You just fist fight it for dominance.
That's what she's got. That's what she's doing.
That's all I know.
That was the ending of an episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Fist
He had
fight
to
for
punch
dominance?
the teeth out specifically. He fist fought the teeth to escape.
I've seen a clip of that. Yeah.
Oh, Amos, did you want to turn your video avatar thing back on? Or is
Oh.
that not
Oh, okay. I see. Thank you. I covered it up earlier while I was eating so that my character wasn't going, for no reason. So I forgot to uncover it. Thank you.
Is there anything you'd like to do, or is that your turn?
I think that's all I can do this turn. So yeah, that's what I will do.
Sounds good. That brings us to the next spot in initiative. There's gonna be my boys.
The other sharks.
The other two sharks. Boop. And boop. And I'm gonna write that down. And you're not gonna find out about it till later. Okay. That brings us to Fyodor.
I'm not terrified at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that.
So if I want to use my full raging barbarian bugbear boy insanity powers
Mm-hmm.
to hit this dragon in the face with a falling mast.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this something where like I'm just if I make a basic check, I just kind of knock it over, and if I make a really good check, I can hit it like a baseball bat with the mast and look very like over the top? Or is
You
it
cannot lift this mast to wield
well,
it.
well, okay, I will give you I can't wield it, but I very probably could lift it at least a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you about to look up the weight of a mast?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what kilograms is. This is America. That's not helpful. How tall or shit? Things. Anyway, moving on. I got distracted.
Well, this is very important. Let's see, here's the thing. I'm going to do a. What is a 60 times 20?
I don't know a number.
1200.
That is the amount of weight that a character of Fyodor's size with a strength of 20 can lift.
Right, and a boat's wooden mast is more than a horse, which
That's fair.
that is a
Anyway,
small horse.
I'm going to break the fucking mast.
Anyway, it's like you can't. Anyway, yeah, you can break it.
Cool. I'm guessing at strength athletics.
Yes.
Cool, 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 cool.
This is
Don't-
not a roll to hit. This is a roll against the mast.
And you have Bardic Inspiration.
And I have advantage because I'm raging.
Oh, praise God. Everything came together.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so that is plus that plus 31.
Yeah? Would you like to narrate or would you like me to narrate?
So I think it's literally Fyodor is going to hear the order come down of like, hey, hit it with the mast. And Fyodor is going to just very casually I think he's not even going to like push it. He's going to turn around, wrap his arms around it, and start to pull. And then as it like starts to topple towards us, I'm going to kind of like, I think if it's allowed with a 31, I'm going to try and like essentially turn like roll over like it's a horse, and then like fully from the top push my full weight down onto it once it is breaking in the right direction.
Sure. Yeah.
Just
can
right on the
absolutely-
dragon's freaking snoot.
Are you trying to go up the mast, or are you just sitting on the end of it at the bottom?
I don't want to be over the edge of the ship when the mast comes down. So I think I'm just getting as high up as I need to put weight on it, but when it lands, I think I'm still going to be on the deck of the ship. Not, I'm not trying to ride it like dun, 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 like action movie.
You're not Doctor Strange loving it.
Walk.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of that shit. I'm just essentially pull it so it's going in the right direction and then push it for force.
Yeah.
And then if that means hopping up onto like the part of it to like put all of like I think it was 800 and something pounds that I weigh of downward force.
That's so much. Yeah. Let's see. Go ahead and roll me. Let's say 3d10
Okay. Don't fuck up, dice.
plus your strength since you got a 31
Plus my strength or plus my strength modifier?
modifier.
It's a good
You
catch.
know, had to ask. Had to Raccoon blessed him. Thank you. He tried to knock one off my hand. That is my boy. All right, so that's 2 7s and an 8. So that is
Okay.
14 plus 8. So that is 22
Mhm.
plus my strength of plus 5.
27.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Now I wait, does this I can't add my Crimson Right to this, and he's not
Mhm.
hexed, so I can't add that. Does my rage damage get added?
What's the wording on it? Is it if you do damage, or if like does it
Is it a weapon
specify
attack?
how?
It is no, it is if you make a melee weapon attack.
Then no.
That's
And
valid.
the dragon is making a save, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Do your thing, Bard.
Yeah. Well, okay. Mathematically, is it better if I use cutting words or if I use silvery barbs?
What is
Hmm.
cutting words subtracts?
Cutting words is a minus d6.
I would say it
Silvery
depends on what
barbs
he
is
rolls.
disadvantage.
I think disadvantage is the equivalent of a -5, right? Is that am I making that up?
No, I think that's right.
Like statistically speaking, advantage is
I've heard
equivalent to
that.
it for roughly a
And
plus.
I can do either one when I hear the result of the roll, right? Like before I find out if it's failed or not, but it's after the roll.
That
Yeah.
sounds right.
Yeah,
I know
think it's
that's
after the roll before it's decided what
if
the
it's
outcome
success
is.
or failure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have rolled. I have it sitting here on my desk.
What is the number?
19.
19.
Well,
Okay.
that's what I've rolled. That's without adding
Yes.
anything.
Oh,
I mean, that's disadvantage
Oh,
then.
that's
gonna
dis-
be better.
Okay.
if that's a dirty 19, I mean that's a natural 19, then yeah, probably fucking re-roll
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my reaction to cast silvery barbs and force disadvantage on the dragon saving throw.
Okay.
I am going to yell several insults related to it being wingless in Draconic.
Oh, wow.
Rude.
You really want to piss this thing off, huh?
Rude.
I'm trying.
Less worm, more worm, eh? I
And-
switched the Y for an O.
It ate my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it.
I'm
and it-
sorry if that joke went over
Aw.
your head because you couldn't fly up to catch it.
Oh, we're your friends. You said it. No take backsies.
It hurt my friends and it ate my friends and hurt my brother.
Yeah, if it tried to eat me, I would just be a choking hazard. Like, I'm not super worried about that one.
I don't know. You're compactable. It might have the easiest time eating you.
I can choose. I actually was rereading it. It's Fey magic that they unnaturally have, like when they compress. So it's a thing that he actively has to do to get smaller to get into a space.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
okay.
yeah, that's the best way to have that deal.
So if he just fully stands up, fucking like,
You could just like slink in there and then puff up in the middle of its throat.
yeah. And that would make it the third fucking time I've had a character do explicitly face damage in like a weirdly uncomfortable way.
You hear the wood snap and crackle underneath you as you manage to force it down and over, and it does, as with your final, like with your own weight, push it. It comes crashing down mast. You hear the snaps of rope coming undone, that it's coming off from the other side as it crashes down. And the dragon notices it, but it's just quite not quite fast enough. As it starts to lower, like try to lower itself into the water, you feel the boat kind of shift under the weight as it pushes away from it. It does manage to catch it in the head, but not quite with the amount of force you had hoped, as it seems to be resting with its head just at like water level, like a crocodile.
But
It is
it is funny.
It is funny. You just whacked him with a mask. This new brown line going across the screen is your mast.
So that was my
Heck
action.
yes.
Bonus action, I am going to use Blood Curse of what is it called? The Blood Curse of Bloated Agony.
Horrifying.
So I'm going to amplify it. So that means I have to take D4 damage to myself. That's a 1, thank Christ. Now here's a weird question. If damage is irreducible, but I have temporary hit points, how does that work? Does it just take one of the temporary hit points?
Huh.
I'll say yeah.
Sweet.
Nice.
So I do that, and so for the next minute, the creature has disadvantage on strength and dexterity ability checks. Only ability checks. If it was saving throws, I would have done it first. But it's ability checks, and if it makes more than one attack during its turn, it takes 1d8 necrotic damage.
Alrighty. You said before its next turn or your next turn? Wait.
What? No, for the
Read
next
that again?
minute.
Next minute.
For the next minute, it has disadvantage on strength and dexterity ability checks and suffers 1d8 necrotic damage if it makes more than one melee or ranged attack during its turn.
Okay. It is going to do a thing because, again, I've learned a thing. It's the end of your turn. Damn. Oh, jeez. Okay. Alrighty. Would you like to roll me another deck save, Theodore?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, shucks. Gee willikers. Sure, boy, would I.
Actually, I need both of you to roll me a deck save.
Both of the brothers.
Yeah.
Goblin. Have we figured out how to make a brothers Karamazov on as a goblin? Goblimazov? Goblin? I don't know. We'll workshop it.
People workshop.
Dexterity?
And I
22.
have advantage from the silvery barbs last session that I have not used yet. Thank God.
Mm-hmm.
22.
18.
You both managed to save, but you take half of 22. As again, that boat rocks and you see it sink down, and with the crash of the mast, you don't at first hear the sound of the tail once again raise up and collide down across the
So
top of
that's
the ship and
11.
slink in the water. As both of you take 11 and manage to get out of the way of most of the splinters.
So I reduce that again because I resist
5.
bludgeoning damage, so I take 5.
Nice.
Oh
How
man,
you
I think
doing?
I'm almost at Duca's max.
You're almost at
Um,
my max HP, yeah.
How you doing, Duca?
Not great.
I
We got
know.
11. I'm at 11.
I know.
I'm at a 39.
Yeah.
That is, in fact, 2 more than my max.
Yeah, as soon as I rolled the damage, I went to check your HPs and I was like, oh, please save. Please. Still on the nose.
Yeah, because Zarkar's in a fucking dragon right now,
Yeah.
and I
Yes.
can't heal.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh, I gotta roll concentration.
Yep. And while you do that,
Crit fail. You have lost Shield of Faith.
Okay.
Wait. Hang on. No, never mind. Yeah, I failed.
I'll be fine. It seems like it's a lot of saving throws and not a lot of direct attacks. So
Yeah.
So 8 is fine because 8 is not concentration.
Yeah, 8 is just an 8-hour. That's the same reason I still have Speak with Animals up.
Ah, gotcha.
So it is the dragon's turn now. It disappears, like it fully continues to sink further below the water, and you have lost sight of it again.
That's not good.
No. So it kind of like there are gashes along the top, like along the deck of the ship. You can hear the crew bustling downstairs as they're trying to get stuff patched. There's water coming in. Darker, you hear from Domino about like they're managing to stay afloat, but it seems the dragon kind of crawling around the bottom of the boat has been leaving puncture holes in it. And
Oh, no.
So Domino's like, water. Oh God. I was meant for land.
Hey,
I'm
what's
made of
the
ice and
captain
snow.
doing? Has he been taking any shots or anything?
Oh, I forgot about it. He's just been on the top.
He's been
in
pissing his pants.
office.
Maybe he hasn't managed to fight through the frightful presence
He's right
yet.
there.
Yeah.
He's at the wheel. He's steering the ship.
Yes.
He's doing all
Let's go
the.
with that. He's trying to keep the ship afloat and steer it and get out of this shit.
Well, I did just break the mast, so I made his job a little harder or easier, depending on which how you want to handle this from a philosophical outlook. I like to think of the mast half full kind of situation.
Christ.
Okay, but the dragon has disappeared underneath the water. Neither of you see it. And again, the boat has been kind of rocking. The waves have been crashing up, and everything just kind of starts to settle. Like the water that's been moved around is kind of the boat is kind of settling into its usual rock. Even the water has settled down. Is starting to settle down. Duca's turn.
How is the dragon looking? Or how was the dragon looking before it disappeared?
a little worn, but he still seemed to have a lot of fight left in him. But you've definitely been wearing on him. He's like, I could use him now. He definitely has some new like cuts and damage that are probably going to scar over. But
Sure. Well, poop. Okay. I mean, I just have to assume that the girls are gonna take care of each other. I don't have a way to contact them to stay in the mouth until it comes back up. So,
Can you heal yourself, maybe?
yeah, I want to do that, but I also want to prepare to fire off a cannon.
you can absolutely do that.
Right, but I also need to heal. Like, I really need to heal.
Yeah.
Can I move to take cover, like make myself kind of small next to the cannon, kind of under the bottom left or top left cannon? If I like get on the ground, can I still operate the cannon while having some level of protection from like the tail attacks or the Fusroda?
I will say that if the dragon is coming from like, wow, please enter. Go away. Not you. You guys can stay. That's fine. I like you. If the dragon comes from this way, I will say it'll give you partial cover to have this heavy metal cannon, but not from like over this way.
Fuck.
Also, I did figure out a better backup plan than the corner marble.
What's that?
Because the corner marble, we don't know where it's going to end up. I have the ghosting marble, which separates its body from its spirit for 10 minutes.
Hmm.
And the body just kind of stops where it's at.
Yep, and you cannot kill it.
Is 10 minutes enough to get away?
10 minutes is enough for us to get away.
Without a mast?
I mean, we got... That would be enough time to like weigh it down with stuff or like come up with a plan.
Take a breather,
Yeah.
heal up.
Who has the ghosting marble?
I do. That's why I was just looking at which ones I specifically have.
Okay. So yeah, we have 2 marble plans. Fuck. I don't have goddamn healing word prepped.
What?
Is there a better place that I can move to and hide? Or to like get better cover from like general attacks?
Because you were
I was like just south of the mast.
right here because you were at the corner from
Yeah.
Theodore. You could get cover from this mast or like using the staircase and things like that. Or if you would like, you can go below deck. Even if you're not fully below deck, you could go the 5 feet down and have that like cover of the stairwell.
Yeah, I'm gonna okay. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to move away from Fyodor.
Opportunity
kind of
attack.
I'm gonna be kind of
Baby.
in the middle of all 4 cannons, like equidistant from all 4 cannons.
Which one?
Probably the left. Yeah, because I think he's gonna come up on that side. And I'm going to use my action to cast a level 2 Cure Wounds on myself. Actually, I'm sorry. Before I move, can I? I'd like to use my one of my Hobgoblin abilities to use a bonus action, help on Fyodor.
Mm-hmm.
So that the next. Well, so the help action will give him advantage on the next skill check he makes, and my ability lets me add on to that 1d6 plus proficiency bonus temporary HP
Nice.
for both of us. So that is going to be 4 plus 3, 7 temporary HP for both of us.
Hell yeah.
And then I will move, and for my action, I will heal myself for 2d8 plus 13.
Nice.
5 to 7 plus 3 is 10. So 10 HP back to me, plus 7 temporary HP.
How much did you heal again?
10. I healed myself for 10.
Okay.
So I'm at 21 and I have 7 temporary.
Yeah.
So I was rereading the Ghost Marble.
Mm-hmm.
He would probably actually hold on to it as like a death ward thing, because whatever happens after it's in the 10 minutes after it's active, you return to whatever physical state you were at when you return to your body.
Mm-hmm.
So
If we had a way to shackle it or something, we could maybe do that.
yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is, like, if Dooku was like needed to be stabilized or was like at 1 HP or something, I could see Fyodor being like whack and like knocking him out with it to be like, you will survive, like.
Yeah.
Because then like 10 minutes later you come back and your body's still fine, even if the ship sinks and explodes and shit.
Right on. Oh, that's my whole turn. That's everything.
Cool. So that is going to bring us to Zarkra. And
Okay.
as you have kind of, both of you have felt, again, you felt the sudden like jerk of something hitting it and it dropping. Like you almost like start to come off the floor of its mouth as it like drops so suddenly. And it doesn't rattle again. It's honestly kind of smooth, but you do feel as some of the sparks start to fade from from that kind of staticky kind of feel to it, and it is starting to grow colder and colder around you guys.
Gotcha. Well, can Zarka probably ascertain that it's diving then from that?
Yeah.
Um,
You don't know, if you can't tell if it's fleeing or if it's trying to get like a head start to jumping or what it is, but you can definitely feel that you're going deeper very quickly.
Cool. Well, Zarka is going to say, just into the air around, your wings are not down there. I had someone check. And then she's going to turn to Lilia and say, how long can you hold your breath?
How long can I hold my breath?
It's based on your Constitution modifier.
So I have a +1.
You can
Probably a minute.
hold 2 minutes.
Oh, 2 minutes. Nice.
It is a number of minutes equal to 1 plus your con mod.
Lily says, "Well, I don't try to do it often, but probably a couple minutes."
Okay. Well. Hmm. I think. Oh boy.
Does the dragon have a uvula?
I mean, I think most things do.
Like with a gag reflex and everything, like a vomit reaction?
Wait, can
So-
lizards throw up?
Can
Yeah.
lizards throw up?
I know horses
So-
can't.
Reptiles generally do not have uvulas. If they do, in my experience, it's a stylistic choice.
Gotcha.
They can vomit.
According to this, out of all the mammals on Earth, only humans and some species of baboons have uvulas.
Neat.
Most animals don't have to worry as much about choking. The only reason that we do is because of our vocal arrangement. The same thing that allows us to speak and control our airflow enough to form words also makes us more vulnerable to choking.
Checks out.
Blessing and curse.
Yeah.
Like how our bipedalism didn't finish forming, so it's the same reason that we have back problems as a species.
I guess
Right.
toads are the only ones that don't have a gag reflex. That can't be right.
Well,
But
if this dragon's not doing anything to signal me that
that can't
he's
be right.
gonna let us go, or if he's gonna stop this, I'm just gonna attack him again. So 3 attacks, 2 with the rapier, 1 with spiritual weapon.
Okay.
That is a that is a 20, dirty 20 from the rapier. Does that hit?
Mhm.
Yay!
Oh, that's
I'll just go ahead and roll them all before I roll damage. Is that okay?
Works for me.
That is another dirty 20. I got 2, and then for spiritual weapon, that'll be let's see, 19.
Yep.
Okay. Then for the first hit, that's going to be 11 piercing damage. Then it'll be 10 piercing damage.
Mhm.
And then 10 force damage.
Nice.
Yeah, so Zarkra is going to, I think she's going to try and stab and try and I don't know, pry a couple of the front teeth apart as best she can with her spiritual weapon. Like she's going to attack the gums and then try and wrench the jaw a bit.
Jesus.
It's weird because you're fully attacking it. There's blood coming out of the gums. Like it's every time you land your blade on that that soft flesh, is you feel it kind of shake its head like it's unpleasant, but it still doesn't. It does not try to spit you out. It doesn't try to eat you. It just keeps going.
Okay. That's my turn.
Starkra and Lilia.
Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna... I can't take anybody with me when I do the pedal thing, can I?
No.
Darn. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna do what Zarkra was doing and try to get the mouth open, I guess.
Are you trying to attack it, or are you trying to get its mouth open?
I thought we were attacking the teeth.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing? That's what we're doing.
I'm
here?
just trying to figure out what your goal is. Are you attacking it to get it? Like, are you trying to kill it? Are you trying to take a tooth? Are you trying to pry its mouth? Like, what
No,
is
yeah,
your
I'm just
end
trying to
goal?
break its teeth still, because yeah, I don't think I could pry it apart.
Okay.
All right.
I was gonna say it has disadvantage on like strength checks to resist if you tried to like contest opening its mouth, but then I realized it's supposed to be making saves on that. And my intelligence is not very high, so it probably doesn't have that anymore.
Well, it would have only rolled one save.
True. It's a con save. It gets to make at the end of its turn.
Also, it would definitely be a contested strength check, and I don't know about Lelia, but I have a -1 to those.
I have a +1.
Not impossible, but it has probably a pretty big plus.
That's fair.
Considering the
Yeah.
size advantage it has.
But
Think
also, yeah,
I'll-
if you wanted to run a quick con save for it, so if don't forget.
You said a con save?
Mhm.
What's the DC on it?
Oh, like 12.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm assuming this. What number is that? What 25 passes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He shakes off the blood curse.
Just a little blood curse.
You think you're the first one to try and curse my blood? Do you know how old I am?
And it didn't make any attacks on its turn, did it?
Nope.
Okay.
It left.
Like a bitch.
At least you only lost the 1 HP off of it.
Yeah. And it was a 10th HP anyway.
Yeah. Basically free.
Okay, so I guess I want to try to stun it.
Like stunning strike?
Yes. Spend a key point and do that.
Oh, you just do that anytime you hit. You can spend a key point. You don't have
Right.
to decide before you attack.
I rolled a 23 to hit. Does that
Hell
hit?
yeah.
And then
Go for it.
I got 9 damage. And then I spent a key point to I'm gonna try to do stunning strike. It just says a Constitution saving throw.
Yeah, against your
So-
key save DC.
Against what? I'm sorry.
Your key DC, which will probably be your wisdom modifier plus your proficiency bonus plus 8.
I'm finding it.
Yeah, it's the save DC for all your monk abilities.
Yeah, 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom modifier.
8 plus proficiency plus wisdom modifier. So my wisdom modifier is +3.
That's a 14.
So the DC is 14.
DC 14.
Okay,
Alrighty.
perfect. Thank you. Why is that not written on here for me? I don't see that.
Probably because you didn't have anything that used it until this level.
Probably.
Okay.
It's 23 passes.
Yes. For sure.
Yeah.
Get a second attack.
How much damage did you do?
9.
9? Okay. I'll put that.
I'm just hitting on the same teeth I was hitting on before. Then I'm gonna hit him again.
Okay.
Why is this like this? There we go.
Hey, Teeth, you look good.
Because I see what's happened here.
I rolled a 20, an unnatural 20.
Nice. Well, that's
Awesome.
spicy damage.
8 damage.
I keep picturing that SpongeBob episode with the Alaskan bullworm where he's fighting its tongue. And they're like, no, that's not the bull. But it's just Lilia absolutely like the full monk, but it's just versus a tongue. Just whack. Get him up, give him the chair. Whack.
It's like I want it to open its mouth, but right now I don't really want it to open its mouth.
As you have focused in on like a section of teeth, like you're wailing on the same ones trying to get it open, and you feel on one of them it finally starts to kind of give, and you hit it, and that whole tooth, it doesn't leave the mouth. It's not connected though anymore. Like it fully just chink, like breaks, disconnects, and it's kind of started to stick out of part of its lip, and there is water coming in now,
Oh, great.
Hmm.
and it's not happy with you.
Well, I'm guessing it can drown too, or it would have water in its mouth.
Blood, spit, and seawater. This is.
Uh,
Quite the cocktail.
Yep.
we're gonna need a bath.
We're gonna need a bigger bath.
You're about to get one.
No. Ew.
That is the end of that round. Do we want to take a quick bio break and continue on? I know it's getting
Yes,
closer to the time for
Sure.
the chitlin.
it is indeed. I need to go put
Take a
his
quick-
butt in bed.
We'll take a quick bio break.
Sounds
I am
good.
going to leave this with the party before we take our break so you guys can think on it before we come back.
Who's next
Do
in
we
the
want to-
order? Sorry.
It's the top of the order, so it'd be Fyodor. The question is, do you want to continue in combat order or do you want to leave initiative?
I mean,
And we can come back to that
All right.
when the break is over. So you guys have time
Core,
to
run the ads.
run the ad.
dun, dun. All right. So God made us split the party.
I'm proud of myself, yeah.
I was thinking, if we're going out of initiative, Lilia, after she breaks the tooth and the water starts to like come in, she turns to Zarkra and she's like, I feel that's somehow worse. But
It
also,
might be worse, yes.
why isn't it just drowning us
Or swallowing?
or blasting? She
Such a
kind
quitter.
of, she kind of like tries to like put the
Shame.
tooth back and like block the hole. She's like, I'm sorry.
I'll shrug and kind of push with my spiritual weapon as well, because apparently this is a thing I can do now. It only lasts a minute, so it's
Yeah.
probably blooming pretty soon, but
You managed. He shakes his head again, but you like it doesn't knock you over or anything. But it's not comfy. Like you have that same thing, kind of like when you watch a video where somebody gets hurt and you kind of feel it. And you're like, oh, like
yes.
your own tooth is just kind of like, I don't like this. This
Yeah,
is
so like in
not
real life
comfy.
right now.
Yeah, I'm uncomfy.
Like when a kid has a loose tooth and they're just like fucking with it, and you're like,
Oh
I
my
know that
god,
that's
yeah.
normal, but like,
Ow.
stop though, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna take it from you. Like,
I will rip that thing out of your fucking head. Oh god.
well, that's exactly where it came from. Or so help me.
Oh
sure.
But
man.
you managed to kind of get it back in the socket. There's no longer like water kind of coming in through that spot in its mouth. It has gotten to like you felt it get pretty cool in here. It doesn't seem like you're going down anymore. Like it's kind of leveled itself out, but you can still feel like you're moving and you can hear that kind of like a underwater kind of distorted sound as water's moving past outside of, for lack of a better word, the room.
Yeah.
Is there anything you guys would like to do or say before I jump to the brothers?
I think I'm good for now.
Yeah, yeah, same.
Hello, brothers. You are now standing on the deck of a ship that has had its mast knocked over. There is water currently coming in from below, and there is a bite taken out of the side of the ship. You can hear the panic down below.
You know, honestly, not our top 10 best moments. I feel like not our best fight.
I think we both look at the captain and we're like, where are your cannoneers? Where are your gunmen?
You look over, he's got his hands on like the wheel at the back of the boat, and like the color is slightly drained from his face. His mouth is slightly open, and he just kind of slowly just I couldn't find any more at the dock. My last ones got thrown overboard. We are a merchant ship, not a warship. It's just like white knuckle. He almost pulls the steering wheel off himself. You can't tell if he is rattled or angry.
I'd like to roll an insight check to see if he's rattled or angry.
Okay.
As somebody who is specialized in recognizing rage, do I get advantage?
No.
Well, worth a shot. I rolled a 21 anyway.
Nice. You can definitely tell that it's kind of a weird mix, but you absolutely see on his face that that is not how he saw this going at all. but he you can't tell if he's like, okay, we're still afloat, or he's pissed off. He's like, there's a whole bite out of my boat. Oh my god. He seems more upset about his boat than the two people in the dragon or the dragon escaping. He's just like, my
I
ship,
mean, sure, he barely knows us.
it's gonna sink. Oh no. He's very worried about the boat and less so
Also,
about.
imagine the Yelp review when your two of your 4 passengers have been eaten on the trip. You know, I don't say that. I don't know what a Yelp review is, but I do think like
But if all 4 die, no one will know.
We're not gonna try.
Oh, shit.
We've got 7 temp HP each.
He doesn't say that.
I'm glad that neither of us said any of these things. So we're just
It's
We're all just
still
standing on the deck
hilarious.
the entire deck is just having a fucking Scrubs JD just like mental moment off somewhere.
Dukagon is running from cannon to cannon and setting each of them up to be able to fire. And then once that's done, he's gonna stand in the middle of the ship and make mage hands on each cannon ready to fucking fire. Ready to like pull the ripcord or whatever it is.
Famously, the ripcord, yes.
Each
Yeah.
one of them is just floating there with a match in its hand, just like.
Yeah. I'm just like maintaining four mage hands.
That's honestly impressive. So
As long as they're not moving, I can do it.
I actually, oh shit, I think I need to check a thing because. I was trying to see if I still have to breathe in my shadow form. It does not specify. So I think that's going to be up to the DM.
I don't think you do. I feel like it's one of those things where it's not just you stop having to breathe. It's kind of like you hold your breath to do it. If that makes sense.
Oh, it also only lasts a minute. I don't think I can reach this fucking dragon in a minute, so
True.
never mind.
10
never mind.
rounds of action and move speed.
10 rounds of 60 feet halved because I don't have a swim speed.
And you could start swimming down first and then use it.
Also an option, also an option.
It is also moving at the same time that you are.
And we don't know which direction, yeah.
Yeah, we have no fucking clue, and I have a 0 wisdom. I have a perception of 10.
I think the only one that would know would be Domino.
That's true.
Because I think it's
Oh,
up,
yeah.
up to a mile.
I think it's yeah, I think it's a mile. Yeah. Zarka would be like letting him know. The thing is, he cannot speak.
That's fine.
He can
What
only
do you want to tell
understand
Domino?
common.
Duca does have speak with animals.
I speak with animals.
Oh, sweet. We're set then. Yeah, I'll tell Domino to go up on deck. And speak with animals would still be up, right? You cast it less than 10 minutes ago to speak
Yeah.
with the sharks.
I cast it, yeah, right as the battle started.
True.
So it's been like less than a minute.
Yeah, I'll have Domino go up on deck. I'll ask him to let Duca know that I think we're diving.
All right. Yeah, you guys, again, you've got your mage hands up. You're kind of like, oh, okay. Finally taking a moment to breathe, and you watch as Domino starts, like you hear the hoof clatter up the staircase, and you can see from where the water had been lapping at them, there's like icicles formed around their legs, as because they're made of ice and snow from the forest. Because why not? And you watch as almost not quite calmly, but with purpose to it, immediately comes up and goes to the edge of the boat and is just staring off and waiting.
Domino, where is Arkra?
They're going that way. And as you kind of look over the railing at what they're looking at, Domino is looking straight at the shoreline. And you can see at the shoreline there is like a small there are little spots of it where it comes lower to the water level, but it is mostly cliff sides at the edge of the land of water.
So we're not at the part of the shoreline where we were supposed to be landing.
Not anymore. You have continued, the fight started and you have continued to go. You can see it's not far. You can still see it further back where there is kind of a slope that comes
Okay.
down to a beach, but it is not where he's looking at.
Is there there's a lifeboat?
On the side of the boat, yeah.
There's also like 6 sharks.
There's 3 of them that you know of.
Well, as
And
somebody
they were
who
following
has-
the dragon.
Are they still here?
The sharks?
Yeah.
You watch them disappear under the water not long after the dragon. You don't know if they are continuing to circle or if they followed, but you don't see them at the moment.
Well, I wait because I haven't heard any of this. I don't speak horse.
They are headed for shoreline.
Yeah. They're a lot lower than the shoreline.
They are headed for an underwater cavern, is what the horse says. The moose, sorry.
Well. And I kind of just stand full height. Ugh.
Yeah,
Captain,
I dropped the.
Captain, you heard the horse? And from the looks of your mast, we're not going much further anyway. We may need to stop on the shore for repairs.
Yeah. 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 It's almost as if somebody pushed my mast over.
The building was unstable. It was coming down anyways.
Just
Yes,
had that.
You
Sorry,
pulled down a
sorry.
building?
Let me just say, first of all, you clearly were right there. You had the best vantage point. The dragon's tail broke it. I just made it fall in a helpful direction for the fight. Because unlike some people present in this conversation, I was doing things helpful for the fight.
I'm sorry I had to steer the boat.
I think the dragon was directing the ship just as much as you were.
Yeah.
I'm still coming down from a rage, like I'm just trying not to punch him.
Like he's just
It's like,
stressed.
Duca, hold me back. The thing, Goblin, just hold me back. Hold me back.
He almost looks like just a tired dad, and he's just got the yep. No, it's fine. I mean, I just had it fixed, but that's fine. I can fix it again. All right, this is fine. All right. He comes down and immediately goes past you and starts heading down below deck. And as you guys kind of get that, because you guys have been up top, you've seen the damage done up top, but you have not seen below deck. And you realize that it is like halfway up his shins, the water at this point that's coming in, and you're watching as again, everybody's kind of scuffling around. There are claw punctures in the side of it. It didn't look like any of them were clawed into it. It was just from kind of grabbing and forcing the boat to move. But he starts barking orders at them, and a few of them start to come upstairs, but most of them stay down. As you watch, like worker ants, they go scuttling about in their usual, they know exactly what they need to do. Stuff starts to get moved, the boat starts to kind of slowly turn, and you still have one sail, so you're still going somewhere. Well, you still have 2 sails, you still have the one on the front as well. So you're still going somewhere, but not with any sort of urgency at this point, as he has started to get the boat to maneuver back towards that. What was that face, Amos?
Oh. I was taking a drink of water.
I don't know what that was. As he has it starting to get back towards that little like beached cove and get the boat kind of situated for repairs.
I'm gonna shoot some guidance at the crewmen trying to repair the boats so that they repair it better.
I'm also going to start helping
Nice. Ladies!
because I need a distraction. Fyodor's like, yeah, no, we work towards solving the problem of our friends being taken. I don't have to deal with the emotions if I solve the problem.
Aw.
That's how emotions work.
That is definitely how they work. I'm guessing Domino has been keeping us apprised of the situation from his perspective.
Mhm.
So Zarka just kind of looks in the dim or perhaps non-existent light, but I guess we both have dark vision of the, cavernous maw. Like she's kind of listening, her head tilted to the side, and then she turns to Lilia and says, "He may be taking us back to some sort of cavern on the shore. Below sea level, perhaps? The others are going to come and try to find us. It seems like they're going to be okay."
Well, we're not going anywhere. Well, besides wherever this dragon's taking us. We're not dead yet though, so that's good.
That's true.
You suddenly feel a shift.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's kind of it starts to slow.
That wasn't a
and then
challenge.
and it starts to shift, and you start to hear the sound of like running water, and you realize suddenly, as you're almost blinded by the light that is in here, as you are then tumbled out across cold like wet stone floor. It's kind of like it's still wet with like a little bit of puddles where it's lowered and things like that. It has spit you out. You're gross. You're covered in saliva. It's nasty. It's a little sticky.
But we're breathing.
Yeah.
Yay! I was
Zarka will immediately turn and try to get to her feet, a more dignified position.
You
Lelia.
realize
Lelia says, "Oh man, I was so afraid that we wouldn't be able to breathe when we came out here." She's not
you
paying attention.
despite the light, you do feel like you feel more water kind of dripping on you as you realize this dragon has pulled itself up and has just kind of walked over where it has spat you guys out and has started to slowly make its way into this cavern. As you kind of again get your bearings about you, you realize that the reason it's so bright in here is that decorating the caverns of these walls is this weird like bioluminescent moss that is just it's weird because it's not growing in the water. It seems to stop just where the water won't touch it.
Huh.
But it has illuminated the caverns.
That's pretty. She turns around and like sees what Zarkra's doing, and I guess kind of tries to follow suit.
Yeah, Zarkra's just going to she'll grumble a little bit to herself, but she'll follow after the dragon. She's not putting away her weapon. But I am curious to see where this is going. Because it seems like it doesn't want to kill us, so.
No. It seems to be walking pretty slow. Like it seems fairly worn out at this point, but it has kind of slowly made its way through. And now that it's fully out of the water, and this thing is massive. Like you saw it when it was in the water. Now you're getting the full picture of this thing as it's covered both in like scars and wounds. There's the long scars that you can get glimpses of as it shifts. Baby, thank you. from its shoulders down its back, down partway down its tail. You can see there's chinks taken out of its tail. There are some spears and weapons and things sticking out of the back of its hide. As it seems to kind of slowly move through this large cavern, and it takes it a second to kind of get around where it's going. And there's more of this moss growing around, and you start to notice blood splatters, but it's old. Like this is dried, stained onto it. Like this has been here for a second. And it's some spots it's just kind of starts out just like a couple like drips of something as if something was bleeding as it was going. And as it kind of turns into this like large opening, you can see collections of different things. Some of it is like there are like drapes of like the flags and the imagery from ships is strung up on walls. There is stacks of books and coins, and there are like scrolls that they kind of look like maps or different things like that, kind of strewn, but it's all pushed around the walls. And there's a large nest of moss, but you've noticed that most of this room is covered in this old blood splatter.
Okay. Zarka will look around and she will say, "They did it here, didn't they? In your own home."
They were not the first, but they will hopefully be the last.
Does this mean you're considering my offer?
Yours. I did not trust your friend. As he doesn't necessarily mean Lilia, but his eyes do kind of drifts kind of lazily to Lilia of like, you're also not who I wanted here. Hairball.
Does anybody want a hairball?
I did not want to kill you, but there's always the risk of drowning.
Zarka will put away her sword, and I will say, "You may not trust the others, but you can trust that they will come after me."
I know.
Allow me to send Lilia away to meet them. Let them know that everything's...
Maybe not yet. As I see it, you will.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
I think I just heard her yell, "Discord!"
Oh no.
I died.
Welcome back.
Hi.
We slayed the dragon, yay!
Hey.
While you were gone.
He's getting himself situated. Like it's almost like a cat. He's kind of like wrapped his tail around. It's like, as I see it, I have two paths ahead of me. You will either help in righting the injustice, or the fight will continue and you will kill me. At this rate, I do not care which. I don't want to keep fighting this fight, but I cannot let them walk away with what they have stolen.
Zarkra is going to, if Domino's still in range, ask him to let Ducha know that we're negotiating and that we're safe for the moment. I don't want to worsen the situation or raise tensions.
You kind of watch as Domino just. It speaks with the track. She says, "Wait." As it's kind of just like, no, it's fine. She's talking to it. Hold on.
Well,
But they'll convey
okay.
the message of like just like they're talking about it, they're negotiating. I'm just like, no, hold on, wait a minute. We're sorting
Well,
shit.
Well, we're heading to shore anyways, so
Oh yeah,
Like, I
yeah. I
guess-
just don't
I
leave
guess don't go
storming
to
the cave.
yeah, tell them not to go to shore.
Yeah.
I'll pass it along to Theodore.
Okay.
Zarka will sit down as well. And she'll say, if you do not wish to fight, then I do not wish to kill you. It's as simple as that. I said I would hunt down the people who did this, and my word is my bond. No one died today. There doesn't need to be any price paid. I don't see why we can't reach an accord.
I certainly hope. And I mean it as no disrespect to you. I have been around a very long time. And it has always been the mortals who have shown me the greatest kindness, who have left the deepest scars. They were not the first to harm me, but I will not let them take my wings.
Zarkra is just going to sort of chuckle to herself and say, do I strike you as kind?
You strike me as caring, and you offer kindness.
I offer justice. They are not the same thing. Your estimation of me may be too high, but I will not betray you. Trust my word or do not. Soon enough, hopefully, the results will speak for themselves.
Time is often good at providing truths. I look forward to finding which this is.
Well,
What is your reason here? You are not the salty sailors that I've thrown off of ships recently. You are not like the ones in past off their, I suppose, what did you call them? Warships. They were not very good at war, but I suppose that one wasn't. As he kind of almost amused at himself, kind of points at one of the torn like sails that's up there. He's like, well, at least that one wasn't.
you've fought many battles and emerged victorious.
At least enough to still be alive.
Our little band is not. We're not sailors, no. Not soldiers either, though I was one once. We've taken up hunting, I suppose you can say. Large, dangerous, and cruel things. It pays well. But there's also a curiosity to be slaked. The plague that's ravaging the land transforming things. I do not know if you know of it. We've become embroiled in
Don't
all
worry
of
about
it
it.
somehow. Aww. The person responsible, or at least who we believe to be responsible, seems to have taken an interest in us for whatever reason. But all of that is entirely unnecessary for you to know. We're simply on this voyage to hopefully return a friend to his home.
So, I suppose not your first noble quest of the evening, then, if that's what you'd like to call it. I tell you what. Where are you going?
Last man
You're on.
standing.
Oh, ambitious, aren't you? Well, you did. You did actively try to fight a dragon, wingless or not. Most of the times they call those either brave or stupid or a combination, but I don't quite think you are. The stupid part, anyway. You don't seem it, although I could be wrong. My eyesight's been going lately. You know, with the
That's
one eye.
not stupid enough to underestimate you. You may have lost your wings, but your ferocity is another matter entirely. I'd like to think I know something about that. Just kind of raise my stump.
When low tide comes in, if that ship is going where I think it is, bring your friends to the edge of the shore and I will bring them here. I think I have something that might be of interest to your little pursuit. That is, as he kind of leans over, like he's relaxed at this point, and he's kind of poking fun at that sense, as he almost gives you a toothy grin with that crocodile hiss to it. Unless, of course, you think I'm one of those big, dangerous things you hunt.
Usually they aren't much for negotiating. No, I think that we can reach an agreement, and if you were hurt by someone you know, then I imagine that's information you could give us. As I said, we're hunters. Some information about our prey would be very useful. Should more generosity move you?
We'll see. Sorry. Is there anything anybody else would like to do? Because otherwise, I'm probably going to have boat repairs happening and have like tide come in for you guys to go meet.
There's one more thing I'd like to do.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Zarkra is going to reach up and, or she's going to stand up as he, brings his head down like that, and she's going to go, "We really did do a number on that tooth, didn't we? May I?"
He kind of slowly opens his mouth. It's like,
Zarkra's going to reach up with one hand, very slowly and deliberately, and lay a hand on what looks to be the largest wound. And I'm going to use Lay on Hands and give him. It's 5 per level, right? So I'll give him back 10 hit points.
nice.
Hopefully enough to close that. Or at
You
least
watch as it
dull the pain.
Yeah. You watch as it starts to kind of mend itself. It's a little loose, but at least he has his tooth back. It's still going to be pretty sore for a hot second, you know? But he
Yep.
appreciates it.
And Zarker will convey to Domino what's been said. At low tide, meet the dragon on the edge of the shore.
Y'all were
He will
speaking
take you
in
to us.
Draconic this whole time, right?
I think Zarker would have switched to common, honestly,
Oh,
at this
okay.
point with Lilia here.
I was just
Now
kind
that
of
things have
assumed
calmed down.
it's in Draconic. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. I guess I didn't ask about that. He might still speak in Draconic, but I think Zarker would speak in Common and assume he could understand. That way Lilia could be privy to at least her half of the conversation.
Oh, he speaks common.
Then Lilia would apologize when Zarkar talks about like mending the tooth as well. Like, she's like, yeah, sorry about that.
Yes, I was trying not to let you drown, and you are not making it easy on me.
It was a little scary being in your mouth. Just a little scary.
I know.
Lilia, you did very well, that being the first time that you've ever been inside something's mouth.
You say it like that.
I can't say I'm an expert in it, but it has happened to me more
Oh,
times than I'm
God.
comfortable
Has
with now.
happened to Zarkra, yeah. Like
Leah,
Zarkra does have a habit.
What is it, 3 times? You were
The
only
blood
there for
beast.
2 of them.
The dragon, the moose.
I don't
No,
know if the
it
moose
was not
did.
the moose. It was the black dog under the keep.
Yeah, I was alone for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Lelia is flattered by the compliment and encouragement, but Amos is having to fight back giggity jokes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I'm good. That's all I wanted to do.
Timing wise, how long does it take for us to get to the shore and then for low tide to come in?
You have about an hour or two before like low tide sets. You realize as the water starts to recede though that when low tide will come in, that boat is going to be stuck where it is until the tide rises again.
That's probably for the best. Yeah, you don't want to repair it on the water, right? You kind of.
No. That's also
So
why the
this
dragon is
counts
like,
as a
I don't
short
want that
rest,
boat
though.
moving. Yeah. The dragon does not want that boat to move when it comes up there.
Did you say short rest, Dalton?
Yeah.
If you're doing hit dice, add an extra d6 from Song of Rest.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, that was my big concern is that we get a short rest.
Yeah.
Because I get most of my stuff back on a short rest.
I don't, but I get some health.
I get to add a
I'll-
d6.
I'll roll some short rest dice as well if we're doing that.
Does the temp HP, when does that go away?
For
Well, the temp HP from
heroism's faded.
my Fey gift.
Oh, good question. I don't know. It's up to
Does-
Bane if it doesn't specify, but I usually go until a rest with temp HP.
Yeah.
Till any rest?
That's the way I usually rule it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it doesn't specify. Okay, so yeah, we'll just do some hit dice.
So we still have
Um,
aid. We do not have anything else.
Yes.
All right. I did the short rest too.
I don't think no, I think at least on from Dukagon's side, he's just all business right now. Like he is fixing the ship and then plotting, planning, trying to find an angle and not finding any.
As tide kind of seems to sink away and the water receding and pulling further and further back, you're left in the boat is kind of left sitting in this soft sand. There's still a little water, but it's like it's locked in place until the tide rises again. And at the edge of the sand, you start to see that same kind of the water's kind of being pushed aside as it starts to rise up from the water, partially crawling up into the sand with its head lowered, just looking at both of you, and then the moose in the middle, and he's a little confused. He's like, I don't know if 2 out of the 3 things here is gonna fit in my mouth.
Domino doesn't have to come.
And we leave bread and the baby.
That's up to you. Would
As a
you
matter of
like
fact,
him
yeah.
to come with?
I think Zarker's most comfortable if Domino stays and his eyes on shore to make sure the ship doesn't leave without us. And especially if we want to leave Bread and the baby, Domino could protect them.
You
But they could
do
also come with us.
know, Zarkra, this is where you guys were getting dropped off. This was your stop before the fight broke out.
Oh, right. We're all going to be alone. Okay, cool. Well,
I still think
I
leaving
guess-
Domino, Bread, and the baby is like an away team. And then we have Zarker has an update of like, hey, something has gone awry.
yeah, good idea. And if we need to bring them in, we could always have the dragon go get them, but we'd have to be careful because we can't leave Domino and Bread in the same one, and we can't leave the baby and it's a classic problem of the boat, and you have the moose,
Oh, yeah.
the sorcerer, and the sun stomach.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Because
I mean,
Bread
that
will
works.
eat the baby.
And the moose would eat bread.
Moose would eat bread, and the baby would eat the moose.
I mean, I don't think it's like a rock, paper, scissors in the puzzle, but
I think it is. It is now. The baby's mouth just unhinges, and it's just like, moose.
No, the moose would startle Bread, and he would accidentally fireball himself because his magic doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I healed back up to full on that short rest.
So did
I
I.
spent 2 dice to heal up to 50.
I'm
spent
1 away
4.
from full.
I spent 4 plus the d6 from Song
Oh
of
wait,
Rest.
hold on. Is it your when you roll a hit die? Is it plus your con mod?
It is.
Oh, beans. Okay.
I shouldn't have rolled all those dice, but I'm already committed to it.
Heck yeah.
I think I could pull 1 away and still be at full.
I am. If it was not above my maximum, I would be at 69.
Nice.
Nuts.
But my maximum is 63 right now, so
Next level.
next level.
Yeah. He allows you guys hesitantly, but he lets you of your own accord give you a lift.
If he would feel more comfortable, I can hold my breath for like 4 minutes. I can just kind of from the outside and then shadow form and
Oh,
if you'd
he's
rather-
actively holding his breath, so he doesn't drown you guys in his mouth.
Right. What I'm saying though is, if he doesn't want an 8'2" furry, like armored lunatic in his mouth, I'd
Can't
be willing
imagine
to ride
why.
on the outside.
That's up to you. He's given the choice to you guys.
All right. If he
How
doesn't
long
care.
is the trip?
It's just about a minute or 2 for
I
him.
will also ride on the back.
Okay.
I taste terrible.
As he opens his mouth to like imply that we should get in his mouth, I do want to look in there and see all the damage that Zarker and Lilia did, and just like,
There's a band-aid on one of the teeth.
But yeah, no, if I can avoid being in something's mouth
yeah,
as
That's
Fyodor, like I will
same.
probably
That's
try
fair.
that. Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
also-
he'll-
I like the distinction you made there.
I played a cricket man. I played a cricket man who intentionally climbed into a mouth to kill something.
yeah, rip its
If
tongue
like if
out,
I
poor
I
thing.
think Brat also, at being a goblin, he also probably got into a mouth at least once.
Maybe.
But Fyodor,
He got
no.
in Sola's mouth at one point. I had to grab you
Yeah.
out of something as a hyena. I remember that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so Fyodor is probably my first character who's never been in something's mouth.
I can change that. Moving
Oh,
on.
I'm sure. But anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna kind of hold on to the top on like some less damaged part of the outside and just kind of
Yeah.
And I will hold on to Fyodor.
You could grab onto like one of the
I'm just
spines
holding
on
you
his
under my
head.
arm like a fucking carry. Just you're holding my nose for me.
You do before
It's a living.
before the three of you disappear under the water, you do feel yourself kind like your fur and your hair and stuff is kind of staticky and is starting to stick up from holding on to him. It doesn't
That's
hurt or
fine.
anything, but you're just kind of puffing up before it kind of disappears into the water.
My
And you
my
guys
blood is electrified, so
and you guys are greeted by the same imagery that that Lilia and Zarkra were, as he kind of lifts up into this cavern that again covered in moss, and as he leads you to where the other two are and his essentially his hoard and his nest, you also see the blood's like stained. It's both on the floor, the walls. It's part of it has kind of seeped into some of the like the some of the sails. It's on like it's everywhere. It looked like a massacre took place in here, but he's also a massive dragon.
fuck.
I haven't seen this much blood since we went for those blood hunters.
Yeah, I was going to say this is. I don't know whether to be impressed by how much there is or horrified by how sloppily everywhere it got. It was either a glorious battle or a terrible harvest. That was
You
all in
tell
Goblin.
me.
That was all in Goblin.
Fair.
If we're ever like unnecessarily rude, I feel like it's just automatically Goblin.
Yeah.
Because Goblin is a much ruder language.
Yeah, it's
It's easier to be rude in it.
like how it's easier to sound angry in German, you know? It's the same thing. It's easier to be an asshole in Goblin.
Do we see the girls?
They are in here.
Hey!
Hello.
It
How are
didn't
you?
eat us.
Rad.
Alive.
I look over
And
them. Are they
we've
wounded?
Reached an understanding.
They seem better.
Yeah, I'm pretty solid.
How are y'all doing on hit points?
I have like some bloody knuckles. I'm
I'm one away from my normal max and 6 away from your max with aid.
I'm one away.
Lilia?
Well, I'm one away from my normal.
Okay.
Sweet twinsies.
Yeah.
He takes a seat in his nest as once more as he kind of looks down over you, and your friend here, Zakra, I believe, has offered assistance in either the return of my wings or at the very least for the one who took them.
For sure, for sure.
You are all in a quest to return someone to their home, yes, here in this forest.
Da. That is the plan.
I would like to offer a sign of goodwill. Before I take you up to the surface, the four of you may pick one thing that I have to take as your own.
Yukon's
And
eyes twitch.
I'm gonna leave it as that is the end of the session. I will make a list by this time next week to post in there of both of some things that are in here that you guys can take.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Yeah. He has offered you something from his hoard.
And I
Each of
will
you.
say, Fyodor, in his own Fyodor way, like he doesn't apologize for the fight because he feels fully justified in beating ass when things are in danger. But
Oh, that's
like
fine.
he's going to essentially give Fyodor's most like, that was a good fight. You did it. That was really cool. Good job. And no hard feelings, you know. You bit me and threw my friends off a boat, so I stabbed you as hard as I could, and we both, I think, have grown as
Battered
people.
you with a giant piece of wood.
Yeah. I think that I feel like we're closer now than we've grown closer over this endeavor. We've both
We really
learned
Dragon Ball
something.
Z'd this.
Yeah, we really fought until we became friends. Full fairy tale, like the fairy tale of the anime, not fairy tale the story, but like that kind of like that. Hey, cool, like the Norse mythology thing of like, hey, we beat each other's ass, and like that was a good time. So I'm glad that I met you. You know, good fight. That hurt, and it was fun.
Yeah. But yeah, that's where we're going to close the session this week.
Sounds
I
Amazing.
hope
good.
you guys had fun. Do you have
Indeed.
any comments, questions, or concerns? And would you like to know how much HP was left on this thing?
I absolutely would. I imagine it's exorbitant.
33.
Motherfucker, we
Whoa,
could have killed
really?
it. We could have killed it.
Damn.
Give me one more mast. We could do it.
Honestly, that is really, really like validating.
So
Holy
no,
cow.
you know what? Actually, you know how I feel about this? Fyodor doesn't feel this way. Actually, he might. No. So this means that we got the satisfaction we got both the satisfaction of knowing that for all intents and purposes, we killed this dragon, right? Like the
Mhm.
four of
We
us.
don't know that.
I also only used a legendary action once in the entire
Okay,
fight. And
here's
I
the
didn't
thing.
use all of its attacks that it has with multi-attack.
Now, I feel like I deserve this, but I will say that I was just saying I really liked this thing about this session, and you were like, but fuck you. Like, so we're just gonna take
I'm
that away
sorry.
from me. But, like, so here, I still think we had the satisfaction of we fought a dragon to the point that it was
You guys
like,
did amazing.
that, yeah, we fought a dragon really well, and we still get some of the dragon's treasures and shit, and we get to befriend a dragon. So we got to kill, befriend, and rob a dragon in the same,
Yeah.
really in the same encounter. It has all that we needed out of both.
We had our cake and got eaten too.
That's great.
Yes.
I learned what legendary actions are.
Excellent.
I think, obviously, 3 of those around would have been a really big deal, but Ducha didn't have to bust out a lot of his healing yet either, so it could have at least mitigated us and kept us up on our feet long enough to possibly deal with it. Like, it could have made the difference, but I think we still would have stood a chance, especially
Yeah.
if we pulled out more clever ploys or Ducha was able to use those cannons.
Yeah, like I think I mentioned this when we weren't on stream. I don't know if we had started like streaming or not at that point, but if instead of wasting my turn holding my action to punch myself in the head, I had held my action to use my fucking grappling fish hook to hold the dragon on the deck, so we didn't have this keep like fucking whack-a-mole situation and we were just unloading every turn,
Yeah.
that would have gone a lot different.
I was
True.
like, I feel like you guys would have absolutely wrecked it had it not been on a boat.
Our weakness.
But
Apparently.
because,
Boat.
yeah.
Yeah, y'all are
Especially
gonna
that
have a
next
great
turn.
time talking Lily into boats now.
I think that next turn would have been huge because I was back up to my same health with 7 temp HP. Fyodor had 7 temp HP. If it had come back again, we could have done some serious damage and both of the girls inside attacking with all of their attacks at advantage.
The-
Yeah, if it had
Because-
attacked again, we would have killed it.
It was going to be a fight to the death with this if it had not been Zarkra trying to negotiate at the beginning. Because then its goal did not become sink the boat, kill them. It became, I need that one specifically.
Heck yeah.
And it was
Who would
actively playing, I gotta catch him. I gotta catch them all.
Hell
You
yeah.
became a non-lethal target after that.
Love that for me.
The rest of us were fully expendable.
Rest of you were threats.
Felt that, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
valid.
And they
I told Dalton this. My next ploy was to cast command on the sharks and get them to feed on the dragon. I feel like that would have done some damage.
Do you want to
What
know
else?
a fun thing about the sharks?
Yeah.
They have a thing called blood frenzy. They have advantage on all melee attacks against any creature that doesn't have all of its HP.
Yeah. Hondo. We could have fucking killed that dragon. God.
You could have, absolutely.
But we don't do XP leveling, we do milestone leveling, so
I feel like
This is really
fighting
good.
and surviving a dragon is a pretty high milestone.
Yeah, I mean, I
Do we get a
guess
level?
you guys can have a level.
Thank
Oh!
Level 6! Yay!
How exciting.
As a treat.
Nice treat.
I thought the dragon boon was gonna be like, you guys aren't leveling up for a little while. Let me just give you a little something to get you bought. No, you're so generous.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh my god, now we have so much to think about.
I love you.
I don't. I have this level 6 paladin.
The timing on that. Goss like, I love you. And Celeste like, I don't.
Oh. Yeah, I was responding to Xander.
I know. This is perfect timing.
It's on your spells though, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna end the stream here.
But I just get to prepare.
Bye.
Bye,
Thanks,
everyone.
everybody.